Hello, everybody. Sherman, Leave a Legacy, episode number 11, focusing this one on failure, embracing failure, understanding that failure is necessary. I think a lot of times people have a tendency to want to avoid failure because they're afraid on how they're being perceived, which is a big one about, for me, I'm big on being shameless. Understand, don't be embarrassed. Basically, if you care more on what other people think, then you're basically going to live your lives based on what you think they think of you, which is just a horrible way to live your life. I know people talk about being self-aware, confidence, self-esteem. For me, it's about being shameless and just owning who you are and not giving a crap about what other people are saying about you, what they might think, because that's the problem. Is it's all a head game. You're thinking they might be thinking something, and who really gives a crap? So really, on this concept of failure, what really happens here is as you go throughout the career of building it as an entrepreneur, as a startup, as a contractor, as a consultant, what you're doing is you're holding yourself out there and you're going to make mistakes. You're going to run into problems where that was a bad move, that was a stupid decision. And the quicker that you can identify what that was and adjust, the better off you're going to be. And it's not beating yourself up because you made those mistakes. Understanding that those failures, those struggles are necessary. If you look at how things are really ultimately made, is they need like a fire. You think about ore, or you think about some of the best wood. I live up here in the northern part of Wisconsin, and some of the hardest wood is formed up here through the harsh winters when it gets down to -30, -50 degrees, with the wind chill, the ice, the snow, and then in the summertime it gets to the 90s, and you have everything in between. And so those extremes in weather create very, very hard wood. And you find the same thing when it comes to us in business. The obstacles that you're facing, the struggles that you're going through, it makes you even better. And so I think a lot of times we can correlate these on a sports metaphor, but for whatever reason, we don't see that in business. Sometimes we want to find some kind of shortcut so we can avoid this kind of struggle. And in reality, you need to embrace those struggles and embrace the failures that you're having, because that's the crucible that's going to burn within you and get you to where you really want to go. And ultimately, too, the other thing that's going to ultimately create for you is it's going to identify really what is your why. Why do you want this so badly? And once you can identify really what is that pull, what is that push for you, then you can actually go and get it. I think a lot of times those struggles that you go through, those failures you go through, it really helps hone down and specify, get really deep in on ultimately what you're trying to accomplish. And once you do that, that's when you start having the success. And then all those failures, all those obstacles that get in your way, they're just road bumps. They're just little, tumbleweeds that get in your way, and you just blast right through them, because it's through that struggle that you identify that's really what I want. So go out and get it.